Games you loved.
So this is the Magnavox Odyssey, and it is the first video game console. So it was created by a guy called Ralph Baer in 1972, and it's sort of quite different from other Pong consoles that came later because it's completely based on discrete logic. There's no chips in there doing the work for you. And it plays quite differently as well as a game of Pong and tennis. So that was the first in 1972. Later on, Atari come out with their Pong console and created what they put into the bars and clubs and things. This sort of arcade machine with the controls on it. People started putting their quarters in and playing Pong. So a lot of people consider Atari to be the first, but not so many people know about the Magnavox Odyssey. And indeed, later on, Atari was sued by Ralph Baer and the Magnavox Odyssey for that infringement of copyright. So it's a really important games console because it was the first. The story goes behind the original arcade Pong machine is they put it into a place and they said, look, we just want to test it. We just want to have this machine here and see what people think of it. And it had very, very few instructions on it. It just sort of said insert coin, and start playing. And people did. They went up to it. There was they put their quarter in, and they had this game of Pong. And then they put another quarter in, and they put another quarter in. And the guy then, where this machine was stored, rang up. The guy said, "Hang on, the machine's gone wrong. You're going to need to come and fix it." And they thought, "Okay, fair enough. It's a development. It's a trial." And they got there, and they found it hadn't actually gone wrong. It was just full up with money. So it was a massive success. So they just emptied it out and it carried on playing. And that was the beginnings really of Atari's entry into the gaming market. So that was one of the first arcade machines. Atari are a really interesting company. Obviously they've had their ups and downs, and they've had some very low downs and some very high ups. But as a company, when it first started, it was taking on people that weren't sort of long out of school. I'm not really sure some of them had left school at the time. And it was a very, very young company. So that had its sort of downside. You had people there running a business that had really no experience of running a business. So some of the decisions might not have been the right ones with hindsight. But that's what made it so exciting, and that's what made Atari such a great company. They produced some very good games, and made hardware that changed a lot of our lives. The Atari 2600, it was huge. So although it's one of those companies that has been very, very roller coaster ride for them, it's a great company and produced, like I say, things that just going to go down in history.